Mrs. Rogers. I wondered if you by any chance had a son who could have lost a baseball glove.
I'm holding this line open for a very emergency telephone message coming in. I can only talk to you very, very briefly.
I'm sorry. I thought
I'm
the
the
baseball
housekeeper.
glove.
I'm the housekeeper here, but I'm holding this line open for an emergency call, but I'll take just a moment. You're Mrs. Rogers from where?
Newkirk Estates. Do you live anywhere around here?
Newkirk Estates?
Yes.
No, I don't live in Newkirk Estates at all.
Okay, well,
and
I
owners, the homeowners who have this telephone number that you have called do not live in Newkirk Estates either.
Well, I don't think it would be you then. I found a baseball glove that has a phone number written in it that's kind of worn off, and it looks like it was your number. I just called them, see
what
if I could...
number is written in the baseball glove?
It looks like 737-2392.
Yes, that is the number in the baseball glove.
Yep.
And it probably is some legal evidence, and I suggest that you hang on to it. It's probably some valuable legal evidence in connection with matters. And you're Mrs. Rogers from Newkirk Estates, and you reside at what address out there?
Can you tell me what this concerns?
Well,
I just found the glove laying across the street from my house, and I want to return it to the boy. That's all I'm interested in.
You want to return it to the boy?
Yes.
I see. Well, we're over in a different area, and you found a baseball glove in Newkirk Estates, and it has this telephone number in it again.
It looks like that phone number. It's worn in that spot, but I already called one other number. It looks like it could be 3392 also.
It looks like it could be what?
It looks like it might even be 3392, but I called that number, and that's not right.
And you think the number, to the best of your knowledge and belief, the telephone number that is in this baseball bat looks like, read that number off again, please, so that we don't make no mistake.
It could be 2392, or it could be, I'm sitting here looking at it. The second number is very worn. The last two numbers are definitely 92.
Yeah.
But the first two I'm not positive of. I'm calling different ones to see if I can get this glove back to the boy.
Well, I think you've got the right telephone exchange to a certain degree. There is a certain degree. I can help you here. I'm the housekeeper here. What I was going to say is that the first three digits, is that 737, the first three digits?
It looks like it's 737.
And it's a baseball mitt.
Glove, yes.
A glove, and now it's Newkirk Estates.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what, there's possibility that somebody from another area who might play baseball with somebody in that area, it might be that somebody from another area who plays out there lost the baseball glove, you say. And it's possible that the number you see there may be exactly the correct number that you have called. It may be that the number that you're talking to now is the exact number to be reached in connection with it, but your theory as to who it belongs to, I can help you there. If somebody from our area was playing with somebody at Newkirk Estates, the residents of this telephone number do not live out there in Newkirk Estates at all. However, somebody from another area could be playing in that area and leave the baseball mitt, and they could leave the telephone number in the mitt. Now, the telephone number in the mitt is just a telephone number of somebody that knows this particular telephone number. The telephone number in the mitt is not the telephone number of the owners of the baseball mitt. You follow?
It isn't?
No. I could give you the background on it. The telephone number that you got in the baseball mitt is not the telephone number of the people who own the baseball mitt.
Okay.
But the telephone number that you got in the baseball mitt is a telephone number that people from another development who might know people in Newkirk Estates, that telephone number is a number known to other people in the state of Delaware, and the number's been written down and put in the baseball mitt so that they would have it handy in the baseball mitt, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that telephone number is connected with the owner of the baseball mitt. You follow what I mean?
Slightly.
Hardly?
Slightly.
Slightly. Well, it sounds rather confusing.
Yeah.
It sounds rather confusing.
Yeah, well,
and I can help you further. I can help you further with this analysis if I had certain specific information in order to help you find the owners of the baseball mitt. I could help you further if I could just take a split second. As I say, I was holding this line open for an emergency telephone call, but I'll take another split second. I have to get this other call coming in. But I'll take another split second to help you find it. You found the mitt on your property or in the street?
I found it. We have an open space of property across the street from our house, and 2 weeks ago the county put playground equipment there, directly across the street from my house.
Yeah.
And that's where the glove was found.
You found the glove on playground. You found it on county highway property, or you found it on your own private property, or you found it on highway property in the street?
Found it on the county property, playground property, across the street from my house.
Oh, you found it on county playground property across the street from your house in Newkirk Estates. Well,
Right.
what that means is that somebody who knows this particular telephone number comes from another area, not from Newkirk Estates at all. He comes from another area. He goes out and plays baseball on that county property adjacent to Newkirk Estates.
Right.
And he comes in from an entirely different area than Newkirk Estates, and the telephone number is on the on this baseball net that you have, means that telephone number in there is a number that child carries around, and he wants that number handy for some particular personal reason, you say.
I understand. Well, usually, most boys write their own name and phone number in it for identification, see?
Yeah.
I think there's also a name in it, but that's completely worn off except for the last letter, which is R.
The last letter is R.
Yes, I can't read any more of it.
You mean the last letter of the baseball mitt, the very last letter is R?
Yes.
Well, now that means something to me, but it wouldn't mean anything to you because you'd never be able to get the significance between the last letter of R.
No, well, I'm not really that concerned except for getting the boy's glove back to him because most boys take much pride in this baseball glove.
Yeah, you found it on county property near the Newkirk Estates.
Yes.
And the last digit of a name is R.
Yes, that's the only one that's
Can you get any other digits of an R? Can you get any other alphabetical lettering in there in that where it says R at the end? Can you get any alphabetical lettering in there at all? Anything at all?
Well,
even one digit.
All right, I'll tell you. This is a guess, but the last three letters could be T-E-R.
Well, let me think just a minute.
But it's worn.
Just a minute. Let me see. I'm trying. There's a name confidential. I'm just trying to think of it. Just a minute. Let's see. Let me see.
Or it could be E-E-R. You know.
Well, wait till I write it down. I can visualize it. Just a moment. Right, a last name down. Hello.
Betty?
Oh, yes.
Is Betty who?
You must be the lady that often tries to reach Betty and misdials the telephone number. I think we've talked before about this problem that you misdial a telephone number.
Well, what is your number? 737-2392?
Yes, it is 737-2392.
Wow.
It is, but we've been over this matter before.
Well,
you have a habit of dialing 2392.
Well, you know, anybody, honey, can make a mistake. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Are you still there? The call from Janice Taylor came in before 2:49 p.m. today. I believe that's Janice Taylor that calls up 737-2392 and asks for Betty. Well, anybody can make a mistake, honey. We've been repeatedly getting calls for Betty on 737-2392. Is she checking this residence to see if I'm home
did she personally get in my home and steal any credit cards? Has she been in my house when my back's turned? Does she have access to this house in any way? This is interesting. She probably has the nerve to come in my house and search it if she could, if she thought she could pick up any kind of photographs or anything in this house. Janice Taylor, I don't know. This is a horrible idea. There's supposed to be a Betty Ellingsworth, I suppose, or something like that. I'll have to check this out. This is May the 2nd, Friday afternoon, 1975. May 2nd, 1975.
Hello.
Grace?
Nope.
Grace?
Yes.
This is Peg.
Yes.
How are you?
Fine.
That's good. This Grace Eastburn?
Who's calling?
Peg Hawthorne.
I beg pardon?
Peg Hawthorne.
Peg Hawthorne?
Yeah.
From what development?
Well, no, I don't live in the development. I live in Newark. Is this Grace Eastburn's house?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not 7372382 then, is it?
What number?
7372382.
2382.
82.
Let me see. No, it's not 82.
Isn't? No. Oh.
You've just misdialed.
That's right. Thank you. Bye. Sorry.
Not on your record yet.
Okay. Do you know when he got his phone installed?
They had a phone installed a few days ago.
Well, that's probably the reason, ma'am. It hasn't. I haven't gotten into my records yet.
You haven't gotten it yet.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Directory.
Do you have a telephone number for Alexander on Tamara Circle in Newark? Somebody by the name of Dave, I think, lives there. His first name's Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. David B. Fitzgerald.
That's what I need. They're always asking for Dave.
Yeah.
David, B as in boy?
B like in boy.
B like in boy.
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Correct.
Fitzgerald. And does it have a street address?
10 Carlin Lane.
10, how do you spell Carlin?
C-A-R-L-I-N.
C-A-R-L-I-N.
Lane.
Lane.
Mm.
10 Carlin Lane.
Right.
Brookside.
Correct.
I see. Well, now, if you look in the regular telephone directory, I'm sure they'd be listed because I talked to him last night, and he said his number was published. So I can turn right back to the regular telephone directory, and
That's right.
I'll know with whom I'm connected.
That's correct.
This is confidential. I appreciate that.
Thank
I just want to stop telephone calls coming into another telephone number, and I talked with him last night. He said his name was Dave, and no problem, and you can get this from any real estate book.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach Peg Thornton in Newark. Could I get her telephone number from you, please?
Yeah, just a minute. Let me see. Where does she live in Newark?
Hello?
Yeah, where does she live in Newark? Who are you calling? Peg Thornton?
Yes.
Why do you want it from me?
Huh?
Why do you want the telephone number from me?
Well, she calls my residence when she tries to reach you.
Who who do you think you're talking to? I don't know any
You're,
big
you're
sort.
Grace Eastman, aren't you?
No, I'm not. That's what you're talking about.
Are you 737-2382?
No, I'm 1082. You've dialed it wrong.
1082.
I am 1082.
108.
She was in a car accident and she got paralyzed from her neck down. And she was in Smyrna, in a home.
Yeah. Keep going.
That's all.
All right, keep going.
That's all.
And who was she?
I don't know. Dee Dee, her sister's name's, Dee Dee.
Yeah. And what else? Was her name Paula?
I don't know her last name.
Di Lorenzo or Di Senzo or something like that?
I don't know her last
Well,
name.
keep talking in there. I want a record of this. Just a minute.
I don't know it. Oh, brother. I don't know her last name or her first name.
Is it this one? Paula Lorenzi, 17 years old.
Yeah.
Severed her spine.
That's
She's going to the Maryland Rehabilitation Center. Is that the one?
I don't know.
Why was you going to go to Smyrna to visit? I want to know why you were going to Smyrna. Tell me all over again why this teacher wanted to take you to Smyrna.
We were gonna, go and sing for her.
And what else was you going to do besides go and sing for her?
That's all.
And what else?
Mm.
What is the name of the individual at the church was going to do all this? Do you know her name?
Whose?
The lady at the church was going to have you do all this. Do you know her name?
Our Sunday school teacher.
Is it your Sunday school teacher that you have on a regular basis in your Sunday school, or a special Sunday school teacher that was there Wednesday night?
A regular one.
Oh, you mean this Wednesday night? This Wednesday night.
They went last Sunday to visit her.
They did go last Sunday.
Mhm.
The church group did go. What did they say
Only
because
two
you
people
didn't go along?
Nothing. Only 2 people went, I think.
Only 2 people went. This.
Lorenzi, that's her last name, I'm pretty sure.
Well, now look. This Sunday school teacher.
Oh, forget it.
Now look. This Sunday school teacher that you have at the Christ United Methodist Church. Is that the same lady that teaches you Sunday school when you go every Sunday?
Yes.
She's the same lady that you have on Wednesday nights.
Mhm.
Is that right? And what Sunday school group are you at the Christ United Methodist Church?
What do you mean?
In what group are you in the Sunday school at Christ United Methodist Church? What group?
What do you mean group?
I mean what group?
What do you mean? We don't have groups.
You don't have groups. I mean, are you in the 6th grade Sunday school class?
Yes.
Is it 6th grade or 7th grade or
6th and 7th, I think.
6th and 7th? And do you know the name of the teacher?
Mhm.
What is her name?
Candy Frank.
Candy what?
Frank.
Candy Frank. Okay. Now, what class were you in before at the United Methodist Church before you went to that class? The 5th grade class?
Mhm.
And who taught the 5th grade class?
well, Mrs. Danny did, for till about, well, wait, let me think.
Which Eastburn?
Mrs. Eastburn,
Where is she from?
I don't know. She taught part of it, and Mrs. Danny taught the other part.
Mrs. Eastburn. Who is Mrs. Eastburn?
A lady.
From where?
I don't know. She teaches at, Anna P. Moat School, 2nd grade, something like that, too.
And what's her first name?
I don't know.
Mrs. Eastburn. Is her first name Grace?
I don't know.
Well, can you find out what her first name is?
Why?
I need to know the first name of this Mrs. Eastburn.
Why? Don't you like her?
A Mrs. Eastburn has the other telephone number that we've got, 737-2392. A Mrs. Eastburn has 737-2382. Her name is Grace Eastburn. She's from Fox Chase, and her husband's name is James Earl Eastburn. Which Eastburn is this?
It's not her.
Well, make sure you find out what her first name is.
She's not there anymore.
Why isn't she there anymore?
I don't know. I saw her last Sunday in church, but she don't teach anymore.
Oh, she don't teach Sunday school anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But her name's Eastburn.
Mrs. Eastburn, she's nice.
Okay. And the name of your new teacher is Candy what?
Candy Frank.
Candy Frank. Is she still your teacher?
Mm-hmm.
At the United Methodist Church?
Mm-hmm.
And it was Candy Frank, your teacher, that wanted to take you down to Smyrna?
Yes.
And what's going to happen to these Wednesday night sessions at the United Methodist Church?
We're still gonna have them.
They're still going to have them? What they going to do on Wednesday nights?
Well, we're called the missionaries, and we sometimes we draw posters, or like one week we were supposed to draw posters, but you wouldn't let me go, and we talk and read the Bible and stuff like that. I guess.
I
I don't
see.
know.
And you're called the missionaries.
Mm-hmm.
The missionaries of the United Methodist Church?
Yeah, just the missionaries.
Yeah. Now, what other groups are you interested in joining at the United Methodist Church besides this group? Let me know. Do you want to be in the chorus at the United Methodist Church? How do you feel about the chorus?
I don't want to be in it.
You don't want to be in the chorus?
No.
Why don't you want to be in the chorus?
Because, I don't know, I just don't like to sing.
Eileen don't like to sing, she says.
I don't like to sing church music that much. I mean, like, I like to sing Sunday school music, but I wouldn't want to be in the choir, because you'd have to stand up in front of the whole church. I'd start blushing and everything else. I can't sing good anyway.
Eileen's not interested in singing in the church choir because she's embarrassed to stand up and sing before people in the church.
I'm even embarrassed to do it in school.
Eileen is even embarrassed to stand up in school and speak. This specific speaking and specific information she will have to learn to do. Tell me about the pajamas that you had down at Gussie Berg's. How about those pajamas that you took with you? What was you trying to tell me from Gussie Berg's about the pajamas you took?
Nothing.
Eileen Slafer was down at the Bergs, and I called down and said we would bring down her nightgown. I thought she forgot it, so Slafer gets on the phone, and she tries to tell me something from the Bergs about pajamas. Let Eileen tell me all over again about the pajamas from the Bergs. Here. What about those pajamas?
When you went in to call the Bergs, I put my pink pair in the bag and rolled it off and came back in the room.
And then when she got down to the Bergs, she already had her pink pajamas. And she gets on the phone from the Bergs, and she's trying to tell me something about her pink pajamas. What were you trying to tell me from the Bergs about your pink pajamas? Here.